Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your December 2024 reading. So, of course, this month is your birthday. Birthday, happy solar return. May all the light be on your path, the answer, the courage, the flow of life be within your path. So, my beautiful Sagittarius, this month, of course, you have your new moon, and so that new moon will kind of ask us to go within, because that's what moons will do. They put the emphasis on the inner world, how the water flows and all of that. So what does a new moon in Sagittarius will do? It will ask us to introspect, and on top of it, we're in December, going within, to introspect, a bit like where, because you're ruled by Jupiter, so Jupiter asks for a fate. This is where I want to expand. And the Sagittarius gives you the courage to do it. In order to have the courage to do it, you need to be aligned with who you truly are. So there's this theme around your new moon, which will develop for the next 6 months for everybody. But you being a Sagittarius, on top of it, it's even more potent for you. So, as I meditated on your cards, on your energy, the cards that came out, I have the Three of Pentacles and the Empress in reverse. So right away, the Three of Pentacles tells me like this is you grounding, building, whatever you had the aspiration to create and build. Here we have like three masculine aspects of the priest that had the aspiration, the architect that can visualize it. That's why it's all left brain stuff. The architect that can visualize it, gives it order. We're going to do, pillars first. And then you have the craftsman, which is the active part that's going to use the knowledge, the guidance, the vision to actually build the cathedral or build what you want to expand in. But here we have the Empress in reverse with it. Now nothing can be done, or it becomes super hard and like a chore, like being alone doing it, if our Empress is in reverse. Your divine feminine is there to receive, to assure, give that inner knowing of what we're doing, give the inspiration. So here there might be a kind of that uncertainty within yourself, or even the capacity to bring in the means to do it, to bring in, to receive, the receptacle, Venus, the Venus part of it also here is stumbling. Under that, we have the King of Wands. There you are, upright, ready to go, ready to bring your fire. After that, so here, just looking at that inner world part, feminine, inner, the aspiration part. Are you doubting the aspiration, or having that insecurity within? Anyway. After that, we have the Four of Pentacles. So we're kind of trying to consolidate, ground what we know, not venture into the unknown, but actually solidifying what we can rely on. Maybe what you want to build is a bit too out there, even for a Sagittarius. Under that, I have the Ace of Wands, which is the potential, the idea, the spark. But it's with the Two of Swords in reverse. So that means right now I'm just trying to consolidate, because taking that wand is too much of a risk, because within myself I'm not even realizing that I'm in a paradox. And that's the paradox. This is what I want to build. My masculine is sure of it, but my inner feminine is doubting it, or I'm not listening to it, or I'm not hearing it. That's the Two of Swords in reverse. That's when we're not conscious that we need to make a decision here. What is my truth? What is my authenticity? Who am I? Two of Swords, and it's under the moon. It's to kind of actually know what lays in our heart, really. Not what we see, not what is kind of solid and yes, I can touch it, feel it. That's why her eyes are covered. No, she's stuck between two truths. And when we're in a paradox, we can't move because we haven't made that decision. Like if you want to go on a trip, until you buy the tickets, it's hard to, conjure up the finances and the this and clearing out the space or whatever for some people, because there's still an ambiguity within yourself. That's about it. And this is about here. I need to take that new wand. I need to take that thing that I desire, that spark that I've got maybe the aspiration from, or that I need to actually know it, and go somewhere with it. So at the end of the month, then you'll be able to make that leap of faith. Even if in the past you had battles and things like that where maybe it brought some insecurity or not being able to master what comes towards you. Your divine feminine masters what comes towards you. But here, this is like, well, I have enough experience to know that I can deal with whatever comes towards me. And here, I'm going to have the faith to jump and do it. So, long story short, I'm going to act maturely, emotionally maturely, even if inside, when the divine feminism is in reverse, I have the insecurities, the turmoil, the shadows are acting up. But I might be safe during the month, just trying to consolidate and keep things safe. But at the end of the month, I'm going to grab that wand and I'm going to jump in it. So let's clarify this for you, my beautiful Sagittarius. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Sagittarius for the month of December 2024. Mars is going to start being retrograde this month also. So here that fire might have a little, let's reconsider how I'm using my fire. Is this really what I want to build? Do I have the courage to go for my aspiration? The ones of you that don't have the divine feminine in reverse, you'll go right away and do it. But the ones of you that feel, why am I stagnating? Why am I not starting today? It's because of that duality, that paradox within yourself. All right. Oops. Empress. Why is the Empress in reverse and the Three of Pentacles upright? Okay, I have the Hangman. Because I have to find a truth and turn the page, forgive, move on from whatever brought the doubts, the insecurity, my incapacity to actually receive, absorb unconditional worth value within myself. If we don't think that we have worth and value, it's very hard to invest ourselves truly in this world, because is it really worth it? I might invest in other people, but not me if I do not see my worth and value. So if a divine feminine in your life remove that self-worth from you, or never gave it to you in the first place, at one point I have to turn the page on this. I have to look at that from a different angle. People cannot give us what they don't have. So that's part of the repetition of stuff. So at one point we have to say, okay, then me. What is my truth? To know your truth, you have to kind of understand or say what is not your truth, and that maybe you bought at one point. King of Wands. Your masculine is upright. That's good. And yes, he is upright because we see them, the three of them standing up right here. And he is in his 9 of Wands. So you're there right away. And this card, what is the interesting thing about the 9 of Wands is that there's kind of two kinds. There's one that all these wands, all these events, energies are creating an isolation. It's like a force field protecting you with all of those times that stuff happened. All of these old wounds. He still has the bandana on his head. And life has a very hard time passing through these ones. And so we usually are on a defensive mode against our own growth. So, sorry for the phone. I'm going to cut and come back. Well, I'm back. Okay. So, here, the force field around us. Okay. So even life has a hard time happening when we develop this force field. But at one point, these ones, instead of being kind of this resisting energy or protective energy, okay, it becomes experience. It becomes, and then you're like, wow, I went through 9 battles. I may be wounded, but I won 9 battles, or I escaped, survived 9 battles. So bring it on. They become experience. Maybe I almost drowned in the past, but now I know how to swim. Now I understand water. I'm not the same person. So that's probably what happens here. So maybe you had the inspiration, the aspiration, you know what you want to build, but that insecurity, that fear, okay, there's fear energy in that card. That fear is kind of hindering your King of Wands because he doesn't see how it can be done, how it can be received. See, the 4 of Wands is in reverse. And that's the threshold between two conditions, between the me now and the me on the other side, where I'm welcomed, I'm received, I'm celebrating, the energy is all upright. Here, I don't see how I can do it. I don't trust that I'm going to be supported by the universe, that things will come my way. Let's look at the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. I'm afraid to lose what I've accumulated until now. Maybe this asks for a certain risk. And here we have Virgo in reverse. We have the Hermit in reverse. So that means I have a hard time hearing that inner light. And that's what I was talking about when we have the Divine Feminine in reverse. We don't have that inner certitude, voice, light that can guide us. Him is walking in the night. He's wise, of course. It's the masculine at his pentacle of wisdom, understanding, and so on. Okay? So he can walk with his wand, with his willpower, even if he's in the shadow. He doesn't have a 5-year plan. He's not sure what can happen in front of him, but he's guided by his inner light. At this point, his feminine and his masculine are united and are supporting one another on the path to alignment, to enlightenment, to whatever he is guided to go towards. But when he's in reverse, he's only relying on what is solid, concrete, what he has built until now, what he has inherited from his parents and his grandparents, the whole shebang. And he's got that fear that if he flows into what he wants to build, everything is going to collapse. Ace of Wands, Two of Swords. So why would you have that fear? Because here we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, this is what I wanted to know. The idea of investing ourselves. The Eight of Pentacles is part in here. It's part of the feminine black pillar. Is an active card. That's why we have a masculine character on it. But the number 8 is here on the level of the solar plexus. It's the unconscious growth. A bit like the natural unconscious growth. So a bit like the seed does not question, well, maybe I'm just a dandelion. Maybe I'm not worthy to take all the potassium in the garden and grow. No, it's going to take it naturally. It's going to invest itself, ground itself, and grow naturally without any question. So this, when it is not entraved by a belief or whatever, happens naturally. And we can see it in some people. They just invest themselves a little bit and wow, things are growing around them. But when it's like this, investing ourselves asks so much energy, so much conscious energy to combat the unconscious belief. And here we have the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Wands in reverse. Both of them in reverse. So that might be all unconscious doings based on almost like you're your worst enemy. You're resisting your own growth. Let's look at the Fool here. Ooh, all right. We're keeping this. Well, at the end of the month, you're going to get out of your head. That's good. And that's another 8. And that's Mercury and Mercury. Because this is ruled by Mercury and this is Mercury in Gemini. So that's a lot of Mercury. That's why it's kind of wheel. Is a bit too much. Propulsed by energy of the solar plexus. When it comes to expand, I'm all like, yes, but, yes, but, yes, but. But I'm going to jump anyway. I'm going to pass my own resistance. I'm going to pass my own resistance because finally I'm going to bring forward what I've always loved, what is authentic to my heart. I'm going to manifest it. And I'm going to be open to it energetically. So we're going from that insecurity, probably that Mars in reverse, retrograde, sorry. That Mars retrograde and your new moon pushing you to go within, to kind of go see your own divine feminine. Where did, in my waters, Where did I accumulate a certain insecurity or fear or belief, imprinted belief, crystallized belief in my creative waters that prevent me from, of course, having that inner certitude. Of course, I'm meant to do this. And then my energy can actually back it up. So there you go, Sagittarius. A month where there's a certain, you're becoming conscious of an inner paradox, or where your inner feminine, divine feminine, is hindering you from your path. So on this, I am sending you all my love and light. And of course, this month we also have the full moon in Gemini. Okay, so maybe your head is gonna spin at the end of the month, but so that means bringing all that clarity on that hidden thinking pattern. Okay, so and we also have Yule, the winter equinox, coming in the month of December. So this is the longest night. So unless you're on the other side of the planet, of course, but from my hemisphere, it's the longest night. It is the time that we go within, that we bring the inner flame. That's why the Yule log on fire. We will bring the inner light. We've already made during the month or until then, what am I going to keep within me to be like my inner oven, to be warmly covered until it will spring out in the spring? What I maybe let go, destroyed, and transformed, transmuted in the Scorpio time. And here on the longest night, this is the night that we light the inner light and the inner fire to last us until the spring. So on this, my beautiful Sagittarius, fiery Sagittarius, I am sending you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. We did hit the 100,000 subscriber. Amazing. And also, it's not... it's available on Amazon, but there's, for the ones of you that always wanted to have an idea of a book on tarot, I finished writing it, and it's going to be available on my website for the month of January, probably. Okay, so that it's going to be maybe a bit, check, maybe before Christmas. It would make a nice gift. But anyway, I'm going to announce it next month. So on this, namaste. I'm sending you all my love and light, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.